So today on Las Vegas Life Off Strip, we get to take a VIP tour behind the scenes in the Dollar Loan Center Arena right here in Henderson. Come take a look. Today we're in Henderson at the Dollar Loan Center Arena. This is a community venue that is open to all kinds of sports and recreation. Much like any other big city, arenas are kind of the go-to thing, but different than any other arena is this more of a community asset, meaning it is built more for the average mom and pop and families to be able to come enjoy. A lot of sports, a lot of venues, you get priced out. This is an intimate setting for the whole family to be able to come out, and I can't wait to show it to you today. Now, before we take you inside and take a look, I want to talk to you about how important this is to this area of the community. For those of you that are unfamiliar with Las Vegas and Henderson, Henderson is a sister city to Las Vegas, and it's basically a line on the street that divides the two. Most people don't know the difference. But when you're in Henderson, there's a number of different communities that make up Henderson. We call them master plan communities. The Dollar Loan Center sits in Green Valley Ranch, which is really right now the heart of Henderson. And within a walking distance of here, we have the district at Green Valley Ranch. We have the Green Valley Ranch Station Casino. We've got library nearby. We've got parks everywhere. And of course, we have living. One of the reasons that I was most excited about shooting this today was talking about the impact of the local community and how this venue supports the families here from an entertainment venue standpoint. Today we're going to go inside and meet my good buddy Hilton Brown, and Hilton's going to give us that behind the scenes tour. So come on in and let's take a look. All right, so welcome. We're behind the scenes and with my buddy Hilton Brown here. Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you.
Hilton is an account sales executive, or maybe I said that wrong.
Account executive.
Group account executive.
Yep.
So what is a group account executive? What is that? What do you do for the arena?
So we got 3 teams that play inside of here. So I work essentially for all 3 of the teams. Anytime a group of 10 or more people want to come out to the game, that comes across my desk. And basically what I do, Joe, I'm just asking like, hey, what's your reason for wanting to come to the game? It's always something different depending on who I'm talking to. And I build an experience, whether that be putting someone on the Zamboni during a hockey game,
nice,
or doing a photo shoot with the mascot, or an on-ice photo after the game, or on-court photo, player meet and greet, those sort of things. I set all that up for the fans that are coming in.
So this sounds like to me, you're the go-to guy for the VIP group experience where you can do something different. So what type of groups typically will come down here and have an event with you? Like, what have you seen in the past?
Yeah, so I'd say my largest ones that I always have are local schools, right? So I reach out to a lot of the schools and I'll be like, hey, let's take Ellis, for example. That's right up the street from here. I'll be like, hey, why don't you guys come here and we can promote an Ellis night here inside the arena. We'll set everybody together.
Nice.
We'll put you guys on the Jumbotron a couple of times. We'll have the mascot come over. But then I get a lot of corporate outings, staff outings, holiday parties, birthday parties as well. So there's a really wide
Really,
range.
whatever anybody can think of.
Exactly. Here, we got the Golden Knights 7 miles away, right? So they're the ones that handle all of the, like you said, big season ticket members, huge sponsor events. They really got to make sure that they're making the money to pay the players and everything else that's going on. Here, we're a little bit different. Like you said, super community based. Our tickets are really, really cheap, relatively. $30 is the cheapest ticket to get inside a Silver Knights game. And it's all about, like you just said, building up the community, making sure that the fans understand that, hey, like, we really do appreciate you guys. We'll do anything to show it. So it's a little bit of a different feel, and we kind of see it with the fans that we get in here and what they're looking for when they do come.
I absolutely love that. And you mentioned the 3 different teams. I know we got the Silver Knights, yes, right? That's the farm system, the quote unquote AAA affiliate, yep, to the Golden Knights. We've got the G League Ignite.
Yeah.
Why don't you explain to people what the G League is and G League Ignite?
Now, the G League is special because before name, image, and likeness came into the NCAA, you always heard some of these kids that are destined to be a number 1, 2, 3 pick in the NBA draft, they don't really need to take psychology at Duke, right?
Fair.
So this team is actually owned and operated by the NBA, and it's essentially for those top prospects where you're an 11th grader in high school and you already know that you're going to go top 5 in the NBA draft. Instead of going to college, if it's just not for you, you have another option in coming to the G League Ignite. You become a professional, so that time that you normally would have spent in sociology class, you're working with a professional coach. So half the roster is those kind of young kids that are on their way to the NBA. The other half is made up of guys that have had a long career in the NBA but aren't in the league anymore, so they can develop them. Here's how you get yourself ready for a game. Here's how you prepare for the media. Okay, if you want to sign a brand deal, here's the steps that you go through to do that. So it's super unique. And one of the really cool thing about that, if you look at the G League Ignite and then every other college program in the country, we're talking about your Kentuckys, your Dukes, your North Carolinas, the blue blood schools, we have more guys that's been drafted in the NBA since this team was brought into Vegas than any other school in the nation.
That's cool.
Pretty cool, right?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
And then the third team is the
Nighthawks, the Vegas Nighthawks. So they are an indoor football team, so they're part of the Indoor Football League. Also, only their second season here with us inside of the arena. So think NFL, but then squeeze the field down and take away the out of bounds lines, right? So a big reason why the fans love coming to that is sitting in that first row. Just about once a game, you'll get a player that goes up and over the boards, and they're sitting in your lap, right?
Well, let's go take a little tour around the inside, and as we go through, obviously I want you to share with everybody here the things that you think are most important to learn. So guys, come on, let's take a look.
All right, let's do it. Right on. So Joe, this is a really unique part of the arena as well. So the reason why, this is actually a restaurant that you can see that's built directly into the arena. But what's unique about it is that it doesn't offer concession prices, even though it's attached to the arena, right? So we always recommend that when people come to the game, if price is something that you want to monitor, come in here, have a drink, have some apps, do dinner before the game, and then these doors will actually open up and serve as doors to ticketing, so that you can go right in, your belly's full, you've got a drink inside you, and enjoy the rest of the game for the next 2.5 hours.
So I'm going to put it bluntly, so instead of getting ripped off like you do at a lot of other stadiums, this is actually an affordable venue for most people, most families.
Yeah.
A good value.
Exactly. And delicious food also. So this Craggy range, there's only 2 of these. So one is up in Montana, and this is the other one. So everything here is Montana based. You'll see a lot of bison burgers, a lot of huckleberry shakes. Same thing with their drink menu. Everything is kind of Montana-esque. Highly recommend anyone that wants to come to a game to check this out as another option outside of the concessions.
And the first thing that I notice is it's got a good vibe to it.
It
right?
does. Yep.
Like it's light, open, airy. You obviously got a lot of sports on here.
Yep.
We got a great bar across the room.
Yes, you do.
This is awesome.
Yeah, and on game days, you're gonna see all of this really, really crowded, which is awesome for right before a game, kind of get you into the mood.
Get the hype.
And then when the teams are on the road, you also see that people come in here just to watch on one of the many TVs they have. And that's not just hockey. If there's a big NFL game or NBA, whatever it is.
So separate from just the venue, people can come and visit this for other TV watching, restaurant watching. So it's open to the community all the time.
Absolutely, it's a watering hole.
So what I love about that is you mentioned when the team's on the road, when say the Golden Knights are on the road, this is one of the places where all the fans can get together as a community and still celebrate and cheer together and everything else.
Yeah, no doubt.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, I love it.
Cool.
All right, so we had a good meal, right, at Craggy's Ranch. What is it?
Craggy Range.
Craggy Range.
Yes.
Had a beverage, and now it's time to check out the venue.
That's right.
I mean, this is spectacular.
Yes, yes. So we've kind of started to see some of the icing, but this is essentially the cake. This is what everybody comes for. So this is our playing surface. As you can see, just looking around in the stands, very intimate, like we were talking about before. T-Mobile is the big, huge monster that holds the VGK, the Golden Knights.
20,000.
This is our little intimate 5,500 seater that people in the town love to go to.
You hear stadiums say all the time, there's not a bad seat in the house.
Right.
The reality is there's not a bad seat in this house.
No, not at all.
Let's go down and take a look at a few of these.
Let's do it.
What's this?
Yeah, man, this is another unique aspect of the arena. This is the one and only Southern Nevada Sports Hall of Fame. Joe, you've been living here for a long time. People that are from this town, we're really proud of the people that have come out of our valley and had a lot of success in whatever vertical it is. And this one happens to be honoring everyone who's done it from a sports perspective. So think of your Greg Maddux, your Floyd Mayweather, right? your Dana Whites, your DeMarco Murray, Jerry Tarkanian, right? This is where we honor everybody. And the awesome thing about this, when I look past it, obviously all the accomplishments really jump out to you, but we leave a little bit of room for the next generation that are also, we're gonna have to honor at some point here,
few
right?
more spots to be added.
Okay, exactly.
Well, this to me speaks to community.
Yes.
It embraces our local Southern Nevada sports, and it's all sports, as you mentioned. That was pretty diverse. For me, I saw a couple of names up there. Obviously, Tarkanian, that stood out.
Oh yeah.
The Maddox, the history of the entire family, and it's people like the Boyd family and what they've done with the Silver Bowl, Sam Boyd Silver Bowl, the original UNLV football stadium. Look at the names on here.
Right.
Jim Colbert, we got golf, Lori Harrigan from softball.
Makes you forget that how many people have come out of the valley, right? Until you really take a little bit of time and look through this thing.
I love this one. Richard Steele.
Okay.
He's a boxing referee.
Okay.
He did all the heavyweight title fights, like the who's who at that era. Mike Tyson, obviously, they're showing him here.
I was going to say, I see Iron Mike in the background in the picture.
And he was from here. So
no doubt.
Very, very cool.
And to that community aspect, Joe, also this board, this entire display is interactive, right? So if you are a new person that just moved into town and something surprised you, you know what I mean? Oh, I didn't know this person was from here. You can go through and read up a little bit on the actual plaques, and then on either side of the display is where it gets a little bit of interactive. You can kind of click and see some more details that you might not have known before.
That is very cool. Oh, I love this.
Yeah, man.
All right, well, let's keep the tour rolling.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we're out here on this spectacular patio, a view of the entire valley. What is this and how can we use it?
Yeah, man, this is another one of those special spaces that we have that's really unique to this arena. So we call this the Salmon Ash Battlement. So it is pretty much what it looks like. It's an outdoor large patio area with a couple really cool quirks about it, right? So first off, we're looking west here. So two really important things about that. Number one, obviously you see the strip.
Yep.
And then obviously the sun sets to the west also. So our fans typically come in right around like 6:30, and come out here in the standing room only area. Sun sets right over those mountains and the strip lights up right afterwards. It never gets old.
Yeah. Can you come out here like during halftime or in hockey during one of the period endings?
Yeah, anytime. So everyone that's on our suite level, because we're still in that premium suite level, this is just standing room only. They can access at any point during the game, during an intermission, before the game.
Nice.
Now also every now and then, referring back to those birthday parties and the corporate outings, we'll have groups that want to come out here and then, hey, we just want to use this space 2 hours before a game. We'll cater it. We'll put a bar out here. We'll do some high tables and some high chairs. So a DJ out here, so we can really get super, super creative with how we use this space depending on how somebody wants it. So yeah, this is always like one of the most fun areas of the arena.
It's one of the things I love about minor league sports in general.
Yeah.
You know, minor league just being you're not the top league.
Sure.
You got a lot of talent, but there's a lot more flexibility on how we can engage, in the venue as an event.
Big time.
Obviously this is, spectacular. And that view,
right.
Done. Checkmate.
Right. They definitely knew what they were doing when they built this thing facing that way. And similar to what you were saying, when we first started the tour, in that we are super, super community based, and it's a huge part. It's our North Star. It's what we guide all of our decisions based off of around the people that live in this community and will come to our games. This is just another aspect of that, right? If you're having that milestone birthday party and the game and the suite isn't enough, you want to do a little bit more, we're here to let you know this is an option we can provide for you.
You can kind of work with and create the experience they want to have.
Exactly.
I love it.
There it is.
All right, man. Right on, brother.
Yes, sir.
That's good. So for you hockey fans out there, right now, I'm in the place where we all go, shame, shame, shame. That's right, the penalty box at Dollar Loan Center Arena. So, this is like legit, right?
Yeah.
We're in second, third row here.
No doubt.
Let's talk about the fan experience. We got the 3 different teams here. Obviously, we saw it set up for the Silverhawks. How does it change from arena football to basketball and things like that?
Honestly, it's probably the most impressive team that we have here. I'm in ticketing. I like to think that we work pretty hard, but our conversions team, Joe, they're the ones that are coming in 11:30 at night to 5 a.m. when we have a hockey game that wraps up at 10 p.m., right? And then we have a matinee basketball game the very next day. They're the ones that have to come and cover all the ice and the rubber pallets and then bring the wood out and then bring the actual goals for basketball out, right?
So wait, the ice stays there the whole time?
Oh yeah, the ice, it's probably like a 2-3 week period to put it down. So once it's down, we got to preserve it to the very end of the season.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I guess, yeah, it would take a long time to freeze that much ice.
It sure does.
So when it switches to basketball, do we add seats? Does it, I mean, because I don't think a basketball court's near as big as a hockey rink.
No, you hit right on the head. So on the ends, this is where you mainly see the difference is in the far ends of the rink is where the basketball court won't cover. So we throw risers up there. So it's kind of like a little bit of a courtside experience that you get.
Gotcha.
But again, for a really affordable price, especially right now because the Ignite is still building their fanfare, being so new in town. We do a lot of things to make it attractive for people to come to the game and check out that team. So the risers, a lot of times we'll sell those for, $30. Yeah.
That's great. So here we are. We got the VIP experience down here by the glass. You also have some suites.
We do.
Yes. Want to go check one of those out?
You're absolutely right. We're going to check out a couple of them, actually. How about that?
I like that. Let's go take a look.
Let's do it.
So right now we're in one of these gorgeous luxury suites.
Yes.
So tell me about the suites and how many you have in the arena and what the accommodations are.
Of course. So obviously we try to accommodate as many different types of people into the arena as we can. So typically these are going to be reserved for those corporate outings that we were talking about. A lot of times people want to they have a milestone birthday, right? You're turning one of the multiples of 10. You want to do something a little special and you like sports. This is what you come in for, right? So we have 28 of these all around the arena.
Okay.
We're sitting right now in one of our center ice suites, as you can see. So it offers
prime location.
Prime,
yeah.
Right? And then obviously when basketball comes in, it turns into center court, football, it's center field, right? So yeah, 28 of these all around the arena. We can cater this. There's also food and beverage service. So we have waiters that walk around this level and they'll take an order. You can pay with the credit card right on their handheld device and then they'll run the food to you. Obviously with catering, you walk in and there's food, beverage already waiting on you.
It's all ready to go.
Yeah, so there's
so
a lot
this
of different
one
options.
you said was a 24?
Yeah, 24 people in this one.
And then you have a larger one that was with 29?
29 person party suite.
And then there's a bunch around, was it 14?
14,
okay.
Yep, exactly.
So and this is your jam,
Yeah,
right?
this is my bread and
So like obviously, I mean, I'm excited about this. I want to book a suite
Yeah.
to have a client event here.
Yeah.
If somebody wanted to, what's the best way for them to get in contact with you to be able to reserve one of these great suites or just a group event in general?
Yeah, sure thing. So obviously email, phone is best for me,
Okay.
hbrown@hendersonsilverknights.com
Okay.
or 702-463-5358 is my direct line.
Oh, the bat line.
Yeah, the bat line, exactly.
I
Now
like
the
it.
good thing about these suites, in addition to being my bread and butter, it's also the organization's bread and butter. So whether you reach out directly to me or just our general line for our box office.
Everybody's going through you.
Okay, I like that.
You're the one doing the VIP tour.
I like that.
That's the only option.
Okay, there it is. Well, there it is. Those two options,
Okay.
email or phone. I will get back to you within minutes if I don't pick up the line, because like I said, this is really what makes our games and our teams go from a revenue side of the business. And,
I love it.
Yeah.
So I'm not being bougie here. I've been in a few suites in my career where I've been invited to different events.
Yeah.
Never been in a suite that is this close to the ice
Yeah.
or to the court, whatever
Yeah.
the event is. Normally, I always feel like, the suites are cool because you have the food, but I always feel like I'm real far away.
Sure.
Whereas this, literally, we are over the top of the ice. I can see end to end.
Yep.
I mean, this is outstanding.
No doubt.
And your eye level with the Jumbotron.
Yep.
This is cool.
Yeah, it's a cool spot. And I mean, and perfect tee up, Joe, because this right here where we are right now, this is the furthest seat that we have, our suite level from the actual ice, right? So technically, this is the worst that it's gonna get in the entire arena, right? So it's a pretty good spot to be in. They did a really good job when they built this place. Obviously, a couple years after they had finished T-Mobile on the strip, so they knew what worked, what to stay away from. It all came together into where we are right now.
Well, and speaking of that, they won the 2023 or 22, excuse me, Henderson Development Awards
Right.
from the Henderson Chamber of Commerce for economic development and what this has done.
Sure.
And I believe, and I'm not exactly sure on the numbers, but it was around $80 to $84 million to build this.
Yep.
And when we talk about a venue that is in a community, normally we're talking near $1 billion,
Sure.
right? If not more,
Sure.
depending on the city. And so we got this great venue, and it didn't break the city's back to be able to put this in.
No.
But yet they kept it in a price range for everybody to be able to come out and enjoy. I mean, dude, I'm telling you, up high for me,
Yeah.
not so high for you. Thank you for this VIP tour.
Of course.
This has been great, and I look forward to our any of you out there. You got to contact Hilton if you want to get in on opportunity to bring groups. And if you don't want, you want to come individually, come out to the game and enjoy it.
Yeah, no doubt. Got
right.
you covered no matter what.
Cool.
Thanks,
Hey,
Tom.
for those of you, I want to just check in, make sure you ring that bell below and subscribe as well so you can keep up to date anytime we release some new content. And as always, please leave a comment, so we want to know what you like, what you'd be interested in learning more about in terms of our videos on Las Vegas life off strip. Take care.